The U.S.-led coalition in Syria is holding hundreds of former ISIS members who happen to be citizens in Western countries. Many of these terrorists now want to come back to the U.S. and Europe, but officials are skeptical. One America's Kristian Rouz looks into the matter.
The Islamic State's caliphate in Syria is living its last days, but many countries across the globe are now facing a new problem. Hundreds of Western citizens have traveled to join ISIS on the ground over the past few years, and now, at the hands of the US-backed coalition, their fate remains uncertain. The State Department weighed in on the matter Wednesday, urging a tough punishment for members of the Islamic State.
Repatriating these foreign terrorist fighters to their countries of origin, ensuring that they are prosecuted and detained. That's the best solution to preventing them from returning to the battlefield.
This comes amid a highly publicized case of the so-called ISIS bride, Hoda Muthana. Born in New Jersey, Hoda traveled to Syria in 2014, where she joined ISIS, married at least 3 militants and had a baby. She now wants to return to the US, but President Trump says there is no way one can join a terror group overseas and then come back and pretend as if nothing happened. And State Department officials agree.
We view these fighters as a global threat. And we seek global cooperation to resolve that threat.
President Trump also called on the EU to repatriate their citizens who joined the Islamic State in the past. The president says European countries must prosecute them for terror activity and prevent a further spread of Islamic terror. But EU officials say prosecuting former terrorists could be harder than it seems, while keeping them out of Europe is a more pragmatic solution.
I think our major endeavor now should be not to allow them to come back to Europe.
Not allow them, but sometimes they're European citizens.
But I think this is one of the major challenges ahead of us, Europeans, to keep the Western Balkans route as closed as it is just possible and put obstacles on the way in order to avoid them coming back to Europe.
The US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces are currently preparing an offensive on the last ISIS enclave on the Iraqi border. Some 20,000 civilians have been evacuated from the area, and ISIS wives, brides and children could be among them as well. US officials say these individuals should face terrorism charges, as many women have served as ISIS morality police, among other things. Some worry if not prosecuted and put away, repatriated ISIS members could become cult figures among Islamic radicals in the Western world. Trump administration officials say they are working with their EU counterparts to determine what to do with the captured women and children of ISIS.
We're going to continue to work together to fight ISIS, and that's something that's going to continue. We have no timelines to discuss at the current time.
In the meantime, anti-terror and national security experts say a solution could be a tough balance between privacy and security concerns. Kristian, Rouz, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.